What's going on, guys? Creeper Prime here, and welcome back to another video. Yes, I'm actually using a face cam for this video. Now, this video was actually inspired by a comment that I just recently got. This video will be me going in depth on my Young Marines experience, what I do, my advice on promotions, ribbons, you know, things like that, awards basically, and what I know and what I have taken from the program. Now, those of y'all who do not know, I do come from an from a JROTC. So my advice may be a little different than how the Young Marines do it, but I'm gonna try to keep it as a general rule of thumb for everybody. Now, for those of y'all who do not know, I am a gunnery sergeant in the Young Marines program. I've been a gunnery sergeant for about a year now, and I'm most likely getting promoted up to a first. Actually, scratch that. I know I'm going to get promoted by the start of the next school year, which is in August. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and read the comment that I got on one of my videos, actually on one of my YouTube shorts, right? This is from a person named Alex. Also, thank you for the compliment. You're actually so awesome, an honor student and the Young Marine. I want to be like you. Can you give me some tips? Thank you so much for the compliment, and yes, this is why I'm making this video. Now, being a Young Marine, in my opinion, definitely is wanting to be a part of something bigger than yourself, right? So you want to be able to commit. Gotta have commitment. Now, I have seen people be in other different things. So, okay, right now I'm in the Young Marines program as well as I'm in the cross country program. I've seen people do multiple things at once. Like I was in ROTC and baseball, or JROTC, excuse me. I couldn't do it. Coach wouldn't let me. Anyway, that's besides the point. You can do that, but in my opinion, if you want to be a part of this, stick with it and just don't do anything else. Me, I love it. I'm a military brat. My dad's retired Navy. That's just me. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you guys. This is a bit of an updated ribbon rack from when you guys last saw it, right? So I currently have 17 ribbons all the way up to here. This is the one. This is my JROTC ribbons from here down. And then these are Young Marines all the way up, right? So, I am certified in CPR, and I know basic first aid. So that's what these two are. You guys can see it. Those two are right there. Community service, this one right here. This one's the drill team. Veterans appreciation, color guard. Yes, I do color guard. Attendance, personal achievement. I think this one's distinguished service as well. Now, I'm going to put a bit of a disclaimer. We run our program way different. We run ours like a junior ROTC program. So, things I say, again, may not be true for Young Marines. But, again, I'm going to try and keep this as universal as I can. So, please, just bear with me here. Now, also, pardon the mess of a room I have. Pardon that. I don't have a green screen or anything. So, yeah, you guys got to live with that. Anyway, so this is my current rank at the moment, right? I'm a gunnery sergeant. I'm an E7. I was in E6 for the first part of the semester, right? Which was from August to July. I was staff sergeant. Now, I did not start off as staff sergeant. I got my rank from the ROTC program I was in prior. I started off as E1 and I made it up to E6 by the end of my freshman year. And then I was given my rank back as an E6. I didn't get it taken or anything. Just when our school got rid of the JRC program because we didn't have many kids interested, we didn't have the numbers. For those of you who do not know, if you're in a junior ROTC or an ROTC, you have to have so many people, right? Our school is not there's a lot of kids that aren't interested in it. A lot of it's football, baseball, basketball, cheer, all that BS, right? Opinions aren't biased at all. Just throwing that one out there. Not biased, not at all. Anyway, excuse me. So, made E6, and then by the end of the first semester, which was in July, I made E7, right? a lot of things that deal with promotions, right? You want to show you are capable of the next rank. Now, I do know with the Young Marines, you have to pass like some kind of test or something for the next rank. It's weird in my opinion. All right, this is strictly my opinions when I say these. To me, that's weird. I don't understand that. Like, I do and I don't, right? But you want to know your material, okay? So, say I was a PFC, Private First Class, E2, right? And I'm looking to get promoted to a Lance Corporal, E3. If I don't know my material, my rank structure, sometimes ribbon structure, I've seen picky people like that. My chain of command, my CO, my commanding officer, CO, and then my executive officer, my XO, then I'm not going to get promoted because I don't know the material. Now, I will say this, ROTC, I knew the material, so I skipped a few ranks because I was good, and I'm not bragging. Before anybody says that in the comment section, I won't get that. I'm not bragging. I was good. I'm good now. I'm the only E7 in my unit. We only need one. We only have one, which is me currently. Now, most likely, I'm going to get moved up, and there will be another gunnery sergeant, which I have put in my input to my CO and my XO, who I think should do it, which CO seemed to agree, XO agrees with me, my CO still thinking over, but anyway. Respect your superiors, right? I will say this is a quote from a movie called, I think it's Band of Brothers, is what this quote's from. You salute the rank, not the man. I'll tell you guys what I've told the unit I'm a part of several times. I don't care if you like me. I could care less. But you do have to respect me. And I will say this, respect is earned. It's not given. You do not walk into a room as a E5, E6, you're over a bunch of E4s, E3s, all of them, below you, and expect them to respect you. That's not how that works. Respect is earned. Nothing in life is given. You don't deserve anything, you earn everything. I live by that. Excuse me, by the way, my throat's a little scratchy, so I'm going to be clearing my throat out a little bit during this video. Anyway, so, and you want to show what you know. Put your skills to the test, but do not step on the toes of your superiors, right? We've got one person in the unit. They try to show what they know. They brag. I'm not going to say names because I'm not going to put that out there, but I will say this. When the opportunity arises, yes, they say they know what they're doing. They brag about it. But when it comes crunch time, they freak out. Like, they completely lose it. You can see it on their face. Like, they're out of it. They're done. Right? So, that's something. If you're not ready for the pressure, don't try. But I'm not saying don't try, but if you don't think you can handle it, kind of sit back and watch other people, right? That's how I learned. Watching and learning. You watch and learn. That's how I learned my leadership, at least for my ROTC year. I sat back and I watched. Now, I have been given correct guidance from my CEO, who has become a bit of a mentor to me. If you have the right CEO, the right person to guide you on the right path, you'll do great. You will do absolutely awesome. Now, I will say this. You may think you deserve a promotion, and maybe you do. But the final decision comes down to your CEO. If they do not think you are ready, you are not. I will put that out right now. Because I know some people in my unit. I think they're ready. They fully believe they're ready. And there are some in there I don't think that are ready. And I'll sit and I'll talk with my CEO. Me, my superior, my first sergeant, and our CO, we will sit down and we will discuss that. If our CO does not deem them ready, they don't get it. If your CO does not deem that you are ready to handle the responsibility of your next rank, you are not going to get promoted. But, again, you've got to be willing to handle the pressure. The higher up you get, the more pressure is put on you. Yes, you may not be hands-on anymore, but you will be in charge of a small detail, if you will, or a small company, depending on how your unit is run, right? So you're going to be put the task to teach and mentor these new kids coming in. Now, if there's one thing I will have to say about teaching and leading, do not yell. Do not yell. There are a lot of kids that if you yell at them, either one, they're going to shut down immediately, you won't get anything out of them, or they're going to get an attitude with you. I got one of those. I got one of those. Anyway, just don't yell. Just try to be, like I'm talking right now, you know, like, hey, man, you know, you did this, like, I need you to try working on it this way, like, try this out. Don't boss, right? So, okay, say I'm giving one of my sergeants something to do. It's all about how you say it, right? So if I tell them, hey, all right, I need this done. Can you get this done for me, please? Like, I need this done. So, like, please get this done for me. You can do that. Don't just walk up to them and say, hey, I need this done right now. Get to work. You don't do that. You do not do that. Because then they're going to be ticked off at you, and then your CEO's going to hear about it, or you're higher up. And that's not fun. It's not fun. I've seen it. I haven't had it happen to me yet. I've been lucky. I've been able to catch myself. But I have seen it happen. It's not pretty. It is not. That is a butt chewing and a half. Anyway, if you have problems with somebody, work through your chain of command. Okay? So, say one of our sergeants is having a problem with one of our lance corporals. Since the way it's supposed to work, right now the way it works for us is different, but I'm going to explain how it's supposed to work, right? You go, so the sergeant will go to the staff sergeant. Like, hey, I got this going on, can you help me? Staff sergeant will sit down, we'll talk to the lance corporal. Won't chew their butt or anything, but they'll sit down and they'll have a talk with them. Still not working, they will go to the gunnery sergeant. And then so on, so forth. If it gets to your CO, it's a problem. That is a big problem. Actually, if it gets to your sergeant major, then it's a serious problem. Because it should never have to go that far. If it goes to your CO, that's a big problem. And that's something the CO, sergeant major, and the first sergeant need to sit down and discuss. Like, okay, this is what's going on. What the heck? Right? Like, why it should never go to your CO. Now, there are some instances it will have to go to your CO, but if you can avoid it, try to avoid it. You don't want to bug your CO with just, little things, You don't want to do that. As far as leading a small platoon or small company or detail, whatever, just know your material. Know your material. Know the 30-step drill sequence. Know your drill. If you're teaching color guard, know your color guard. That means knowing the rifles, knowing the flags, and knowing the movements with said flag, rifle, whatever. Know everything. Rifle drill. Know the rifle movements. If you're going to teach it and drill with it, you have to know. I cannot stress that enough. You need to know it. If you don't know it, then how are they supposed to listen to you? If you're the teacher and you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, as far as ribbons go, ribbons can be a hard thing to earn. They can be, especially the type of criteria that you want. Also, one of my pins is bent. Yay. I've been good. That's why I've got 17. I've worked my butt off. The easiest one, I'd have to say, would be the drill team ribbon for the Young Marines, which is this one right here, the red and white one I got my finger on, right? All you gotta do is show up. Show up for like 2 unit drills, and you're good. Bam, you got it. Ribbons are always earned. You are not just given a ribbon just, because you're in the program. That's not how they work. Trust me. I've worked with ribbons my whole like first year. I've been working with ribbons, putting together ribbon racks, so on and so forth. Actually, I got a tub right below me that has a bunch of ribbons I've still got to put together. Won't be doing that crap no more because ribbons. Okay, this is a bit of a lecture. Ribbons go on in an order of precedence, right? So you want to start off that you read from left to right. Easiest way I have found to put ribbons on, put the lowest one on first, right? So on mine, it'd be this one. You put it on first and you work your way up, right? You're going to keep going. You're going to go like this. You're going to work from right to left, but you read it left to right, if I'm making any sense. So you put the ribbons on right to left. That way you read it left to right in the correct order of precedence, right? So obviously for me, my highest one would be this one right here. Like I said, ribbons can be hard to get. And depending on how long you're in the program, you can get little devices to go on like little stars, like this one right here. That does not mean that I've been in the program for so long. That's just something completely different. Anyway, you can get little devices to go on your ribbons that shows like, all right, so if you don't know, you can't earn ribbons twice. You cannot do it. Once you have the ribbon, you have the ribbon. Then if you earn it again, you can add oak leaf clusters, stars, what have you, There is one ribbon in the Young Marines, it's the academic achievement. You put a gold lamp on. I think that's like a 4.0 average for the whole year, I believe. I have to check my facts on that. But that's how that works. Now, as far as tips that I've got, uniform wise, when you put your collar devices, which are these right here, collar devices, ranks, whatever you want to call them, your ribbons and all that, and go through your first inspection. If they are right, my advice, take them off and then mark the inside with a black Sharpie. Put a little dot over the hole that the pin leaves. You'll get it right every time. I do it. They're not going to ask you if it's in your freaking... What kind of inspector, right? And I have seen this happen. But if you have a good inspector, they're not going to take your stuff off and flick up your collar and, all of that to look at if it's right or not. Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry, my face cam just froze. Anyway, but if they're a good instructor, they're not going to pull your stuff off, flick up your collar, and look to see if you've got sharp marks, or look inside your blouse. They're not going to do that. If you get it right, mark it. Mark it. I cannot stress that enough. Now, any tips on sleeve rolling? Honestly, I don't know. But figure out how to do it. We have still got, I think there's only, myself included, 3 in my unit out of like the 20 that we have at the moment. Again, this is brand new. Out of the 20 that we have, know how to roll sleeves. Don't know how to do it. We've got a staff sergeant. And actually, we got 2 staff sergeants. And sometimes our first sergeant don't even know how to put their collar devices on their uniform. Don't know how to do it. Learn how to put on your devices. Learn how to do it. Do not rely on somebody else to do it, because that takes time away from their stuff. That takes time away from them. Precious time they could be using to get their uniform ready for an inspection. Learn how to do it. If you need help, that's fine. But if you are going to help somebody, don't do it for them. How I do it, especially with the collar devices, I'll put the first one on for them. I'll tell them, all right, pay attention. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'll put the first one on, and then I'll tell them, all right, put the second one on. They can't do it, or if they tell me, well, they didn't listen. They weren't paying attention. That's just somebody who wants you to do their stuff for them. Don't do it. I understand you want to have your buddy's back. I understand that. But if they cannot help themselves, let them get in trouble. If they don't want to help themselves, that's their problem, in my eyes. That is their problem. I have had to do that a few times. I'm a nice person. I'm going to give you a little backstory. I'm a nice person. Again, I know how to roll sleeves. I know how to put everything on the uniform. I know how to measure it. I know how to do all that. I had a sergeant. No, it was one of my staff sergeants walk up to me. And they asked, can you help me put my stuff on? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. My uniform was already ready. I have 2 uniforms. I keep 2. One stays up in our squad bay. The other is in my closet back there. Put up for the year. I don't need it anymore. But I keep 2. And they each have a set of collar devices and a name tag on them. The only thing they do not have 2 of is a ribbon rack. I've only got 1 of them. Anyway, I went to go help them put their stuff on. And I told them, all right, pay attention. I'm going to show you how to do this. They didn't listen. I told them, all right, put the other one on. They put it on. I kid you not. They put it on upside down. I kid you not. I'm not joking when they put it on upside down. Or it went upside down. It was like, so, okay. Say it's on the collar like this, right? This is how they sit on the collar. They had it the opposite way it was supposed to be. They had it like this, right? I'm looking at it, I'm like, did you even pay attention? Like, well, I'm like, no, you didn't. So, I told him, I'm going to show you one more time. Now, after that, you're on your own. I'm going to show you one more time, because apparently, what I'm trying to tell you is not as important to you. So, I'm going to show you how to do it. After that, I'm sorry, you're on your own. One person, and this was my fault. We have one staff sergeant. This is a staff sergeant that doesn't know how to put their stuff on. I do it for him. I'm not going to go into backstory as to why, but because I don't know if they're going to watch this video or not, so I'm not going to go into any backstory or anything why. But I used to put the stuff on for him. Come about March or April, when we had our next inspection, I told him, I asked him, why do you not know how to put your stuff on? You are a staff sergeant. You are an E6. How do you not know how to put your stuff on your... I crawled him. I was mad. Because they were a staff sergeant. They were also in ROTC. So you would think they would know how to put their collar devices, at least collar devices on. Didn't know how to do it. So I talked to my CO. I told him, this is what's going on. CO was disgusted. They weren't happy. Now, as far as keeping your uniform crisp and clean, when you get home, and trust me, I understand, when you get home, especially after wearing the uniform all day, you just want to get it off and you just want to throw it somewhere. Don't do it. Do not do it. You'll mess it up. Get home, take it off, lay it across your bed, chair, whatever, and hang it up as soon as you get it off. Hang it up. That saves you money, having to go get it pressed and all that. I haven't had to get mine pressed in a while, because I hang it up after I'm done using it. As far as your boots go, shining them is not hard. I'll leave the video, at the end of the video, I have a tutorial on how to spit shine your boots. Now, I'm not going to give advice on how to do the Charlies, Bravos, and Alphas because we don't have those right now. I don't think they're any different than the Blues and the SSOCs that we wore in ROTC, but I do not know, so I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. Again, like I said, just know your material. That's really it. Just know the material, especially if you want to be promoted. If you don't know the material, your CEO is going to look at you and be like, okay, you're good, but you don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing. So why should I promote you if you don't know the material, right? That's a big thing. So just know the material. Know your drill movements. If you're teaching color guard, then know how to work the flags. Know how to work the rifles. You're teaching basic drill. Know the 30-step drill sequence. I won't go over that. Just look it up online. I'm not going to go over the 30-step drill sequence. I've gone over it with my Marines so many times. I've gotten sick of it. Anyway, to know that, know the ribbons, know the chain of command. You gotta know that. You gotta know that. Anyways, I think that's all I've got for you guys as far as just, advice, tips, stuff like that. As far as an honor student goes, again, just know your stuff. It's not hard. I'm a very lazy honor student. I'm lazy. And I'm still an honor student. I don't know how. GPA is like 3.5 or something like that right now. But I'm not going to go into any of that. That's personal business. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I want to thank you guys so much for the support on my Minecraft series lately. I just dropped another video today. Go check it out. Episode 6. We finally get enchanting going. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys got any more questions about what I do in the Young Marines? Let me know down in the comments. Oh, actually, no, I forgot to go over that. Before we end the video, I was going to go over that with you guys. So what I do is I am a color guard instructor and I am a drill instructor. I don't teach rifles because I know them, but that's not my domain. I'm also a swords instructor. Now, this plays into the part of we run things differently. Young Marines not authorized to have swords. I know that. We run ours different. We have swords. I don't have one with me. Whenever the school starts back up, if I get permission from my CO, I will make a sword drill video on like a little tutorial on how to maneuver the sword, just the basic commands, things like that. If you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm over drill, I'm over color guard, I'm over everything pretty much. And then I have my first sergeant over me. I foresee pretty much everything that goes on in there, and then I report back to my first sergeant, right? I teach the rank structure. I teach ribbons. I'm teaching ribbons now. I'm teaching sword drill. I'm doing a lot. This also amounts to what I said earlier. If you cannot handle the pressure, just kind of sit back and kind of ride, if I'm making any sense. Right? Maturity. You gotta have the maturity level for it. If you cannot be mature, if you cannot separate your friendships while you are in your squad bay, you're not going to do good. Because you have to be able to separate that. And I know that's hard for a lot of kids. I'm 16. My mother is the adjutant. I don't call her mom. I call her miss and then her name. I don't call her mama. It's weird. Trust me, it is weird. But that's my maturity level. I can separate that, so can she. I separate my friendships. By the way, I'm single now, but when I was dating somebody, they were also in the Young Marines. They still are. I separated it. I didn't treat her any different. Didn't treat her any different. You can't be biased. You cannot play favorites. Anyway, that's just a little bit on me. If you guys want me to go more in depth, I've been recording. This is like a 30-minute long video. So if you guys want me to go more in depth as to what I do, and if you guys want me to make any bit of like tutorials, like rifle, drill, sword, things like that, color guard even, let me know down in the comment section below. You guys got any more questions you guys want to ask me? Put them in the comments. I read the comments. I love reading comments. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video of the survival series. Peace, deuces, goodbye.